Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to finish up our composite shape notes. So last time we met, we were talking about composite figures, which is very applicable in real life. Okay, we talked about how you break shapes up into shapes that you know, and you know that you know how to find the area of them. Okay, it's going to be these 5 shapes that are on your formula chart, which is going to be your best friend for the next 9 weeks, is this guy. Okay, so make sure you keep him handy. If you don't have him printed out, try to print it out. And if you can't, let me or Ms. Kessler know, and we will print you a copy and leave it in the front office for someone to come pick up. Okay, so last time we did the adding ones. Today we're going to talk about when to subtract. Okay, so we're on page 69 in our book, which is right here. We started on this side, but we need to finish up. Okay, so it says a composite figure also includes overlapping shapes, okay, things that are inside each other. All right, so in order to do this, we're going to do exactly like we did last time. We're going to find the area of both shapes, but we want to start with the area of the big shape, which in this instance would be a rectangle. Then we want to find the area of our other shape. I'm going to call it our smaller shape. Okay, now before we would add, okay, but when shapes are shaded, we're going to subtract. Okay, so for instance, this is my wall in my classroom and I want to paint it a pretty green color. Oh, I already did. Okay, but let's pretend this was my whiteboard. Okay, I would be in a lot of trouble if I painted over my whiteboard and made it green. So I would need to find the area of the wall and the area of the whiteboard and subtract it if I needed to know how much square feet I was going to be painting. Okay, so that's just a real world example. Okay, we'll talk about another one in a few minutes, but first let's just practice. Okay, so this first one, it says find the area of the shaded region. Again, every time you see shaded, you need to be thinking subtract. Shaded, subtract, shaded, subtract, shaded, subtract. Okay, so I'm going to do my big minus my small. Okay, so my big shape is obviously this big trapezoid. Some people want to break this into a triangle and rectangles. You want to do less shapes. Okay, less shapes makes it easier. So for a trapezoid, my formula is 1/2 parentheses b1 plus b2 h. Again, you don't have to memorize them. Okay, in real life, you can Google it. On STAR, you have a formula chart, so you don't have to have them memorized. Okay, trapezoid, remember our bases are parallel. So let's plug in what we know. 1/2 parentheses, my base 1 is 15, my base 2 is 10. Again, remember to make sure you're looking at the trapezoid. Don't get distracted by the extra numbers. Okay, now my height is right here, which is 8. Okay, now you have to remember what your Aunt Sally said. Okay, she said parentheses, parentheses, exponents, exponents, now mult or div, now mult or div, now add or subtract, now add or subtract. Maybe your Aunt Sally didn't say that. Maybe your Aunt Sally said, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's the same thing, okay? Just a reminder, you have to do the parentheses first. And you are welcome for that beautiful song. I know y'all really enjoyed that, okay? So parentheses first. 10 plus 15 is 25. And yes, I need you to take the 30 seconds it takes to write this stuff down, because as you get your answer wrong, you just go back and look at what you did so you can find your mistake, okay? And then I put an 8. Now, I can't take half of 25 easily, but I can take half of 8, which is 4. And then 4 times 25 is 100. So my big shape has an area of 100, okay? Now, my small shape is going to be a rectangle, and I know that to find the area of a rectangle, I'm going to do BH. Okay, again, now I'm looking at my white shape, 7 times 5. Again, rectangles are easy. We like rectangles. It's 35. And remember, it's a shaded, so that means I want to take it away. Shaded means subtract. So when I subtract, I get 65, and then this is inches squared. Okay, don't forget to put close on your numbers. Is it 65 yards, miles, meters, feet, whatever it is, put some close on your numbers. okay? So it's exactly what we did last week, but we're just subtracting instead of adding now, okay? If you're still struggling with the basic shapes, go to iExcel, okay? You can practice whatever shape it is that you're struggling with. If you're struggling, it's probably circles or trapezoids, okay? If you're not struggling, fabulous, okay? All right, next one. I want to do big minus small. My big shape is this big outside, which is a square. So BH, I didn't mean B, okay? It's A equals BH. 9 times 9. Okay, so my square is 81. Now I want to take away those two triangles. So I need to figure out, I want to figure out the two triangles. So yes, you can do the two triangles and add them, but it's easier just to do the white triangle and take it away because I want just the shaded, okay? So triangle, again, the most missed shape because people don't use their formula. Or they'll write 1/2 here and they'll completely forget about the 1/2 and go to solve it, okay? 1/2, base is 9. My height is this distance right here, which I know that it's the same measurement all the way across. So can't take half of 9 easily, but 9 times 9 is 81. Half of 81 is 40.5. Okay. Again, last week we added, but because we're looking for shaded, we are going to subtract, and we're going to get 40.5 meters squared. Okay, 40.5 meters squared. All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do a real world example. So if you'll just flip your book to the next page. We're not going to look at this picture because they didn't give us a shaded one. They didn't give us a shaded one, so I'm just going to make one up for you. Okay, so ignore all this. Okay, I am going to build not a pool because I'm poor. I'm going to put a sauna, a little hot tub, in my backyard so that I can invite friends over to swim with me. Okay, so first thing I want to do, if this was a word problem, I would want to draw a picture. Okay, my yard is a rectangle. That rectangle's not big enough. Okay, so I have a rectangular yard, and my rectangular yard is 30 foot by 20 foot. Okay, and I want to put a sauna in. Oh, and hot tubs are usually circles. The one I'm going to buy is anyway. And my circular hot tub has a diameter of 10 feet. Okay, that means it's 10 feet. So I can have people in there. Now, during COVID, probably wouldn't be able to get many people in there to keep 6 feet apart, but it is what it is. Okay, now my question is, if I'm going to put this hot tub in, I want to know how much grass I need to put. I'm buying some new grass, and I want to put new grass in the yard. Okay, obviously I'm not putting grass in the pool, the hot tub. I'm putting it around. Okay, so this is a real world example of when you would need to use this. Okay, now I never said find the shaded part, but you can use your brain and figure out, well, Miss Davis wants to put grass in her yard, but not her pool, so she needs to find the shaded part of her yard, or the part that does not include the pool. Okay, sauna, I wish. I keep saying pool, wishful thinking. All right, my big shape is a rectangle, which is everyone's favorite, BH. And I shouldn't put a capital B because we're going to be using capital B next with volume, okay? So lowercase b and h. The base is 30. The height is 20. The area of my backyard is 600 square feet. Okay? Now I'm going to put I have my little hot tub here. I need to remember my formula, and it's pi r squared. Okay? Make sure you don't use the circumference formula. People start to get confused with the circle formulas. I'm looking for area, so the amount of space that it takes up. Okay? So I'm just going to use 3 because I just want an estimate. If you want to use 3.14, you're welcome to. Okay? Now, I need the radius. Okay? I know that 10 is the whole thing, so I know the diameter is 10. So what is the radius? You got it. It's 5. Remember, you find your radius by cutting it in half. To cut in half means to divide by 2. Okay, so here I need radius, which is 5. What is the next number I put? Radius squared means radius times radius. So it's going to be 5. Okay, 5 times 5, 25. 25 times 3 is 75. Okay, so the hot tub that I have takes up 75 of my square feet. So if I want to figure out how much grass I need to buy, I'm going to subtract the hot tub from the yard. 600 minus 75 will be 525 feet squared. That's how much yard space I will have to cover with new seed for my grass. Okay? So again, same thing as last time. Take it easy, one step at a time. Write your formulas. Plug in your numbers. Okay? When you need help or when you're going back and checking your work, if you have this, it's super easy to say, oh man, I was supposed to use 5 instead of 10 if you wrote the wrong number. Okay? If you're just putting things in the calculator, you have no way to know how to go back and see what you messed up on. Okay? Big area, small area, subtract. All right? Now let's get ready to practice. You guys got this.